Hey guys, it's Campbell in the shop again today. We're getting ready to pull the bear block and the stuff we used for mock-up back out of this. We got the transmission mount made. I'll show you that after. It's tacked in, so I got to pull this out so I can get everything welded up solid, and then hopefully later this week we can put the engine in it for the good engine in it that's going to stay there for quite a while. So I'm going to set you guys down and lift this thing out. Okay, here's the transmission cross member we built. There's two tabs on the frame that are welded on that are going to have 2 bolts through each end, and the transmission mount goes through the hole here. So now with everything out, I can get in there and weld all the way around those mounts. They're way back. You can see that one there. There's one on this side as well. I'll weld up the engine mounts now, get everything solid so that hopefully tomorrow night we can drop an engine in this. There we go. Got my cross member painted with the age-old technique of whatever can of paint you can find, which this was Dupli-Color or something. High performance wheel paint, I guess. Okay. Anyway, it was the only can of paint I could find other than bright yellow, and I think this is a little better. I did spray a little bit on those welds on the motor mounts, both sides and the mounts themselves, and the spot of the frame that was bare. Yes, I know it's ugly, and yes, I don't care. Did the same thing with the transmission mounts at the back where the cross member will bolt in. They're all fully welded in, and now we just have to get that transmission, or that engine and transmission both here. Well, the transmission's already here. This is the one I'm using. Get it in, get the clutch bolted to the engine, lift it up, throw it in here. Say it fast enough, it sounds easy. Flip. There I am. Okay, I'm heading home. I can finally take my glasses off. It's been a long day. It's dark out now, but I don't know what time it even is. Hi guys, it's Campbell. I'm back in the shop. Where I just left off here a few seconds ago to you, ended up being, I don't know, a week and a half or so. At the end of that, I said, oh, I've got a flywheel somewhere, and I looked, I couldn't find it. So I ended up had to order a new one, had to wait a few days for it to come in. My eyebrows were getting bushy. So it came in, and, well, it's the middle of March break right now. So on the Friday before the break, bolted the new one onto the back of the transmission, or back of the engine, bolted the clutch all up, everything's good that way. Then that bell housing didn't work. Okay, had to switch. Luckily I brought a few other ones with me. I just had to switch around until I found the right one that was going to work. And then with that transmission, the lever for going in and out of reverse is seized up. I lubricated it, moved it back and forth a whole bunch, and it just wasn't going to work. So I went home that night. I did have another one of those T10 transmissions in the shed, so I brought it today. It shifts fine in and out of every gear, so that should be good. So right now, I'm just on the process of, I'll take you over here. Ooh, there we go, turn you around. Flip, there we go. So here it is. The blue one is the one that I couldn't go in and out of reverse. I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I haven't got time to look at it. I'll take it apart later and figure it out. This one that's way greasier and way dirtier works. So we're going to put it in. I just popped that off of the back of that bell housing. I'm going to put this one on. Actually, first I might get some stuff and clean that up a little bit just to make it less of a greasy thing to work on. I'll get that cleaned up and be right back. Okay, it took a few minutes. Took the wire brush, cleaned this up. You can see it's a little shinier. I'll show you more in a minute. Changed over, put the new trans mount on here. Put the bolts in the shifter because there was only one, the top one. The one's hard to get at and it was loose. So it's snugged up. I'm going to see if I can get this to line up. Okay, bell housing's bolted on. Let's try this again. For the who knows how many and final time. Ta-da! Ah, sugar. And before you install the transmission, what did I say for the last time? Yeah, don't forget to put the throw-out bearing on the shaft of the transmission. Or did I? Nope. Sugar. As you go, you keep finding more and more things. It's like any time working on old stuff. The transmission, the one that works and everything, great. Except you'll notice this sleeve that the throw bearing rides on, it's missing here, it's broken off. So I get this one unbolted. And I gotta take this one off and just swap them over. I may just put a little skim of RTV on it just to make sure it doesn't leak. There she comes. And the gasket didn't come off in one piece on this one like it did on that one. Which is fine, because the gasket's good on that one. And whoever was last in here put some RTV on it as well. See, that gasket came off perfectly. Okay, now let's try this again. Luckily, they're both the same. They're both T10s. Now, forgot to turn you on there for a second. And wouldn't you know, the time that it goes right in, just lickety-split, no problems at all, is the one I forget to film. Do you call it filming if it's on a phone or if it's on digital? Because there's no film. I don't know. You tell me. Film, can't even call it taping because there's no tape, no film, film of grease on it. Does that count? This time, with the throw-out bearing in there. There we go. So, now, tighten them up. You know what? This last time might actually be the right last time. Click. Good thing I got that torque elbow put in. Oh, those ones I can use a socket. Alright, there you go. Click. 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 There we go. Wonder if they've got those on right, or if they just, because these aren't tightened up. I'll have to double check that and make sure everything's correct with those rods first. But everything's good. All the rods are on. Reverse works the way it should, unlike the other one where with that tab on there you had to beat it with a hammer to get it to move. Okay. There we go. Okay. Transmission's on. Now lift this thing up and move it over to the car. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. We're almost lined up with that bolt hole. Let's come down at 3/4 of an inch. Oh. Oh, back up here. I don't know if I have to go up. I have to go towards the driver's side a little bit. And front. Where's that? Watch now. Very close. Still not going to go in, so I'm going to stick this one that's way too small, just so it doesn't fall out of there. See if I can get the other side down in, which is over there. And it's still way up in the air. Come on. What do we got to do? Up some transmission? And finally, it is where it's going to live. And it's in. And for tonight, I'm, where am I? There you go. For tonight, I'm pretty much done. My forehead's beat. Anyway, get out in the shop. We'll see you next time.